So as you know, I've been quite bearish on the market long term anyway. For you guys that have actually been watching my videos, you know that that I'm saying short term we don't know what's going to happen, but over the next couple of months this is what I believe is going to happen. So anyway, I'm going to share with you why I've been saying that. So let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright, so I've been saying for the last couple of weeks that I believe that we may get a little bit more upside, but ultimately we're likely to head down over the next couple of weeks, or over the next 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even to a month. Over the next month, we're likely to see some significant or some downside movement. And some of you guys, and the thing is, some people saying, "Oh, John, you've been calling this market bearish, for the last couple of weeks," and that's actually not true. I believe we're likely to get some bearish moves soon, and I don't know exactly when that's going to happen. And as I've been saying in my probably last week, I've been saying we could get some more upside, but we're getting ready to. We could get some more upside, and we could get still more upside, but I believe we're getting into what we call the sucker rally, and I believe long term overall this thing is about to fall over, and I'll show you the reason why I say that in these markets. Here's the thing. When you're looking at a blank chart and you're looking at a chart that tells you everything without any indicators and stuff like that, you can see exactly what the market is likely to do based on what the market is actually doing. So let me explain what I mean here. If you look at this overall sort of rounding top up here, there's a bit of a rounding top up here, but let's just bring it back to the peaks and troughs here for a minute, okay? I really want you to see this, because this is going to, you're really gonna get a lot out of this. If you just look at this as one high, that sort of major peak, and you have this trough, which was a higher trough towards this major trough, and then what do we have here? We had a lower peak, and now we had a lower trough. Do you see that? Let me zoom in a bit more, and I'll show you what I mean here. So we can see that we're seeing what we're seeing right now. Let me make this color here. Let's make it. We'll keep it that blue color. Let's make the width not as thick, because I want to share with you. If you look at the major peaks and troughs, that's major means the market runs up and then has a pullback, and then it runs up through there and then has a pullback. Okay, so even down through there, and then runs up through there and then has a pullback. Now it's running up through there. Now let me share with you what this is all about. See, we started by creating major. These are major swings, by the way. These are major swings. Trough here, then we had a higher peak up here, which was months and months and months of data, and then it came down to create this higher trough overall. And then the market ran up and it failed to get to this high point up here. So this high point up the top here, it failed to get to that point. And now it just failed, but it still did fail. And that creates a lower peak. Now we've created a lower trough. So this major weekly chart, if you have a look at it, the overall big picture here is changing trend. It is changing trend. So let me show you what I mean here. Let me get this here. You can see how we've been having a major trend to the high side, but now we're starting to form a more of a downward trend through here. Not only that, but you can actually see that this trend line that I've got on this chart here. Now this is the S&P 500 weekly chart, by the way. And if we have a look, what line can I get here? We'll just do line, and yeah, let's go this color here. And you can actually see by this trend line here, you can actually see that what I was saying before in the past was this. You can see that in the past I said, look, here is a Let me see if I can make that thicker. So here is where the market bounced. The market bounced here. It could not break below. It could not close below there. It could not close below there. And now the market's rallied up, come back down. We're at this overall area of resistance right now. We're at this area of resistance where we're getting very close to the area of resistance right now. Everything on this chart long term is pointing for this to do this. Now it may not do like that. It might go do like that, right? But as we know, right, the market goes down a lot quicker than it goes up. So when I've been saying we may get a little bit more upside over the next week or two, that's why I've been saying that. For you guys have been saying I've been calling this market bearish. I have been overall, not just short term. Okay, short term I've been saying, hey, we don't know what's going to happen short term. Short term we may get some more upside, and that's what's actually been happening in the last sort of 2 or 3 days. We've been getting more upside. But I'm saying we could expect a bit more we could get a bit more upside, but I'm saying over the next month or two, or especially over the next 4 weeks, I believe, 4 or 5 weeks, couple of months, we're likely to start seeing some significant movement on the downside. Just read what this bigger picture is telling you. So everything take everything off the screen, and I hope you can see what I'm saying there now. We are coming into a couple of levels that have significant relevance in the markets to where we are right now, especially on the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 is getting right this smack straight into it. Where's it getting into now? This is the weekly chart, by the way. It takes time for the weekly chart to pan out. So I'm not saying, oh, the market's going to drop tomorrow because it's at this weekly resistance. No, it may pause for a couple of days. It may go up a little bit more and down a little bit more. It might create dojis and then fall over. But if you squeeze the chart up as much as you can, and then start to look at the major waves. The major waves will tell you what is actually happening. How do we do that? We look at this here. Oh, wrong one, Mr. John. You can see how the market ran up through there, and it came down through there, and then it ran up through here, and it came down through here, and you can see. Look at this momentum. So this here is a very, very weak area, and trust me when I say very weak area, this is a really weak area. And so we are overall flowing now to the downside, and we're now starting to get this here. And as you can see that if you look at the major swings since 2009, major swing up, major swing down, major swing up, major swing down, up, down, and then just simply took off like that, right? So if you're looking at the major swings, by the way, peak, higher trough, 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 bing, 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 bing. Simon says lower trough. That is the warning sign. This is the warning sign. And guess what? The lower peak was that. The lower peak was an early warning sign. But what is the most significant in an upward trend? And let me see if I can get I'll go blue and I'll go just line, pen here. In an upward trend, the significance is the reliance is on the troughs more, because you can get a higher peak, lower trough, and then like that, right? Lower peak and then doof like that. So the significance, the more relevance is on the troughs. In a downward trend, the more relevance is on the on the lower peaks. You get what I mean, right? So because we've been making these higher troughs all the way up, and now we've just broken a lower trough, I'm telling you right now, guys, over the next couple of months, we're likely to start seeing significant weakness in the market. And when it does happen, we are likely to, I believe, get down to my first target, which is down here around 1500. That's my very first target. And then who knows where it's going to go from there. But that is my very, very, very first target I have, guys. And I believe over the next couple of months, we're likely to see that happening. So there is my argument of that. If I go down to, let me look at that. If we go down to, say, now the Dow Jones, this is the Dow Jones 30. Are we gonna like chart? So the Dow Jones 30 is doing something different. It actually created a double bottom, and now it's rallying up. So that's a bit different there. But it did come down, create a double bottom. If we fail here, then it's very weak. If we look at, say, the Nasdaq did the exact same thing. Look at the Nasdaq, and if you look at it once again and look at it overall, you can actually see, look at this, ran up, higher trough, higher trough, higher trough, higher trough, ran all the way up, had a pullback, higher trough, all the way up, pullback, higher trough, all the way up, all the way down, pull, higher trough, lower peak, lower trough. And now you can see here, right, these higher troughs kept majorly pushing this market up, pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. Oh, look what this down here. Even though it's just slightly down from there to there, that still is changing the trend. And we got a lower peak as well too. This is the significant movement in this market. This is the reason why we are likely to get a lot more downside to come. Let's look at the Russell. The Russell is screaming bearish. Screaming bearish. It's penetrating to the downside. I'm not sure who said that before, but they like that word penetration. So I'm not gonna. Anyway, the market's screaming bearish. I love what I do. Most people are really confused about these charts, guys, but it doesn't actually have to be that difficult. So you can see here once again, guys, higher trough, higher trough, higher trough, major swing up, major swing down, higher trough, major swing up, major swing down, higher trough. Look at this run up, come back down. Oh, we had a lot of messiness there, didn't we? And then probably maybe something through there. But we can actually see overall, especially on the Russell chart, we've got this left shoulder here, got this big head, had this right shoulder. It's broken down. It's significantly broken down through there. We're getting this rally into this resistance level right now, where we are right now. So Russell, for me, once again, it's coming down through here. It's popping back up. It's getting into this resistance level. Right now, guys, I am loaded with positions. And so when this market does start to do this, whoosh, bam, thank you, ma'am, down to $80 minimum is our next move over the next few months or more. Not tomorrow. All right. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? Okay, but this is a weekly chart. I'm saying we may get another little bit more upside, but I believe this is likely to start running out of steam and down we go in the markets overall. No, maybe not tomorrow, but over the next few weeks to a month, we're likely to start seeing some significant bearish moves in the market. Hey, it's Howell here, and thanks so much for watching my video. You see, I'm putting out daily videos and education on helping you learning the art of successful trading. So click on the subscribe button to keep up to date with every video I do. Also, check out my story video, $250,000 in debt, cancer, overweight, family passing away, lived on the streets, and more, and how I overcome it and now thriving through my life. This is here to motivate you, so click on that image to watch my video. And lastly, if you're struggling with your trading, then you need to see my latest webinar where I'm sharing with you an amazing strategy that allows you to generate an income without getting the direction right. So click on that image on this page to register for my next free webinar. This is Howell here. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.